Jam Suro, how you doing, VB? VB, are you going to be one of the playtesters of Ember Coil? I think it would be fun to have you. Yeah, we are going to talk about this today. Today, we are going to announce the process for starting Ember Coil. I'm not sure. Let's wait for a little bit. They will join. Jam Mountain, Jam Bob. Let's wait for a little bit while the others join us. We have a lot to talk today. Jam guys, let's wait for 2 or 3 more minutes so everyone can join. I'll go get some water and then we'll get started. Be right back. All right, I'm here. I'm back. Jam Ronald, Jam Jewett, G-Sex, One-Legged Justin. You're all welcome to today's episode of the Lore Keepers of Star Atlas. And I'm super excited because today we are going to kickstart something that I am particularly excited about, which is Project Embercoil, our first real RPG experience in the Star Atlas universe. This is going to be a tabletop experience. Ronald,
Thank you,
we hear you.
Hayden.
You are welcome, my friend. Don't worry. No worries, no worries. All good. So we are going to have this RPG experience where we will play it live together with you guys, with some community members chosen by the community that will face the dangers that the penguin has created in the inner sections of an ancient city called Embercoil. I think this is a good vessel to start spreading the lore of Star Atlas to a wider audience. People that like uh, tabletop RPGs, gamers in general, people who like to chill and uh, listen to RPG campaigns. I think this is a very similar public to the people that enjoy Star Atlas in general. So this is my way that's within my power to expand the Star Atlas community, to expand the lore, and bring more eyes to our universe. Uh, yeah, Funcracker, what I'm going to do is that later today, hopefully, if not early tomorrow, I'm going to drop a form where anyone can apply to the campaign, and we'll figure out a way of voting. James Slicer, we'll figure out a way of voting. Maybe we can even have a pip. It would be fun, something fun to do. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to see the original players to play this campaign. And since I have the power to make uh, canon decisions, I will do so in the sense that whatever happens with this live party RPG campaign, it is going to become canon in the world of Star Atlas. So, huge responsibility for the players. Uh, this the stakes are high. It's you guys will have the mission and the possibility to actually influence the universe of Star Atlas through this way. If you have never played an RPG, it's okay, VB. Uh, Saint just is applying, he told me. No, Larry, no. What we're going to do is we are going to kickstart today's episode, by the way. We'll be fully committed to explaining to you guys what we are going to do and pick your brains on the best path forward on how to implement this so everyone can have a say on this, because this is a lore keepers project and I want to share with you guys the building of this RPG system, of this campaign, so we all can have fun together while doing this. So, I think most of the audience is already here now, and you're already excited and have no clue what's happening. That's good, let me know. And hopefully, you get even more excited now because I'll start explaining what's actually going on for those of you who don't know about Ember Coil and everything that we are going to do here. So basically, guys, what is Ember Coil? What I am talking about here. So Ember Coil is a proprietary Star Atlas tabletop RPG campaign set in a previously unexplored corner of the Star Atlas universe. It's a place that I have reserved, that I have carefully designed to allow you guys and the players participating in this experience to have both a meaningful impact in our lore, but at the same time open up, let's say, the environment and the setup to allow you guys to have some liberty in the way that you guys can actually decide how a piece of Star Atlas will evolve, how the campaign will move forward, and as consequence, how the story of Star Atlas will also evolve, at least on this small front. This another important thing to share here for those of you who are more familiar with tabletop RPGs. This isn't a Dungeons and Dragons reskin. I actually did some research. Of course, we We take inspiration from Dungeons and Dragons. We take inspiration from World of Darkness. But this is an entire game system that was designed from scratch specifically for this campaign and this setting. And if everything works out here, what I'm going to do is publish both this campaign, the rule book, the monster book, and complementary materials as a Star Atlas item. And we'll keep adding more campaigns, more content, so this become an actual RPG system that a wider audience will be able to play with. And different RPG systems, they have different focuses. And my focuses here is the question that I asked myself when I was developing this system was how it would feel to be a character inside Galia Expanse, which is the universe of Star Atlas. So this RPG does not focus on classes, it focuses on the character species and experience in the world of Star Atlas. So for example, if you play a Punab, it will be very different from playing an Ustur. Like totally, not totally different, but it will be very clear that those are different species with different strengths, with different restrictions, with different skill sets and natural inclinations to different topics. Also, combat is very important in this scenario, but it's not the only important thing in the scenario. It's not like Dungeons and Dragons where you go slaying whatever comes your way and that's it. In this scenario, crafting, exploration, uh, role playing, and investigation and logical deductions are extremely important in the sense that you may avoid entirely combat scenes or you can unlock special benefits uh, by playing your cards right, by tapping onto your strengths, trying to be clever about the environment that you are in. And this also reflects the different specializations inside the world of Star Atlas. Like, for example, a data runner has a different approach than a soldier to the problems in our ecosystem. So I wanted the RPG to be able to allow players to have different play styles and even then have a meaningful interaction, a meaningful experience, and overall have fun while playing Ember Coil. And about the how things will play out, I was thinking about doing a podcast. Every session that we play will be recorded and released as a podcast. So the whole community gets to experience the journey, not just the people playing the game. I want you guys, even if you are not playing Ember Coil together with us during the sessions, I want to add mechanics and ways for you guys to interact with me and to somewhat participate in the experience. So, for example, at the end of an episode, I could launch a survey to the wider community about some options of things that could happen to the playing party. And I would not reveal that to anyone before the session, but I would follow the voters' direction and steer the RPG campaign in one way or another. I think it would be super fun and a way to bring the community closer to the creative process that we'll be having in the game. I also wanted to talk a little bit about the tone of the narrative. Uh, it's going to be green dark, but with an heroic shift at the end. It's not like in Warhammer where everything goes bad all the time and there's no real hope and things like that. But it's not also something that's lighthearted and etc. No, we are going to talk about adult themes. This is surely not a podcast for kids and teenagers. I want to talk about some of the Ember Coil as a whole exists in one of the most dangerous places in the Star Atlas medium risk zone, and the story, the campaign, will reflect this reality. So you can be sure that anything that's uh, romancing options, you're already looking forward to find a partner in Ember Coil, Ronald. Uh, sure, why not? I like this. Slicer, it is overall better if you are fluent in English. Um, but I don't know, maybe we can try it out. I think it's going to be fun. Because one of my preoccupations
Non-clear.
here, hey
Remember,
Justin,
you're just doing your tips. Oh, sorry.
no worries, no worries. Uh, Another important aspect of this experience is for us to catch a wider audience and to bring people to our ecosystem. So maybe for this first experience that we are going to broadcast to a wider community, it is more desirable to be somewhat proficient in English, but we'll see. Uh, uh, but yeah, about the tone, this is going to be more. Uh, this can be more. Ember Coil is is a dark place in the Star Atlas universe. Uh, it's and your characters, and this is something very important. Your characters and you guys probably are going to be, let's say, thrown away in an environment that really doesn't make any sense compared to the rest of Galia. The things that happen in Ember Coil probably don't happen anywhere else, at least in the medium zone of our universe. So you guys will have to, you guys will have your, let's say, your idea of reality, your idea of societies, of dungeon crawling, and how the world of Star Atlas exists, totally thrown in chaos. Like it's going to be, it's going to be super crazy, super experimental. It's going to require you guys to make tough decisions, to pick only sometimes maybe you guys will reach a point where you need to choose the lesser evil and things like that. That's the kind of experience that I want you guys to experience. Yeah, Larry, no. No prizes. Uh no prizes. I also want to keep this max 5 players. I'll let you guys pick your species. The only 2 species that you guys can't pick uh, is Tufa and Fotoli. Beside those two, you guys can pick any species to play. I would strongly recommend, like strongly, really strongly recommend that you guys don't go all human or all Ustur or all Punabs because this would be this would leave you guys with a limited skill set uh, with a limited skill set to deal with the dangers of Ember Coil. Lerno, you arrived a little bit later, uh, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a form later today or early tomorrow, and allow you guys to apply to the RPG campaign. And later on, I am actually divided on this point, but I want you guys. I was thinking about letting the community decide who are going to be the members of this first Ember Coil RPG campaign. I think this would be I think this would be the funniest and more entertaining way. We have some very funny and exotic people in this community, so I think this would create a very interesting experience for all of us. Um, so, uh, about the player application, since we are already on this topic, let me give you guys some insights on what I'm looking for here. First of all, I am thinking about recruiting 4 to 5 players, and my only strong requirement here is that you are a community member of Star Atlas. I want this to be a uh, I want this to be like a community product. So I want this first group not to be of influencers or names that are already known in the industry or RPG podcasts, even though if those could bring us some views. I think this would be cooler if we have people from our community, people who love Star Atlas, who likes the lore of the game, to be the first participants. So this will be my only hard request at this point. But there are other stuff, of course, that I'm looking for here. All experience levels are welcome. You don't need to be a tabletop RPG veteran to apply. For me, what matters more than experience is commitment, energy, and willingness to inhabit a character. And this is very important. Some RPG groups, they they usually some people don't like role playing and etc., which is fine. But for Ember Coil here, for this experience, for this podcast, I want you to become your character during the session. So you will need to whole play like your life depends on this. You need to play like you are an actual character in the Stratas universe. I'll guide you guys through this process when we do the selection and we pick the players who are going to represent us. I'll go and have one-on-one with each one of you to help you uh, create your character, design its psychology, how it views the world, what are his values. I have an entire list of things that I will ask. Each species is very different on this topic. So, yeah, we'll have fun. And maybe we can even have the community watch the two of us doing this process so you guys can see the characters, like them, fall in love with them, and yeah, I think this is going to be entertaining. Lore knowledge. This is also a topic. Lore knowledge is a plus, but not a requirement. The campaign is designed so that even someone brand new to Star Atlas can play and enjoy. But with that said, if you have a minimal knowledge on the Star Atlas lore, it will be better in terms of how your character behaves, how your character see the world of Star Atlas, how he perceives Ember Coil, and yeah, overall, I would love to have someone that understands at least the basics of Star Atlas lore and universe. What else? What else? Yeah. Oh, we will also have a deadline for this application. I'll probably leave it open for a week or something like this because we'll need some time to start this whole process uh, and check the availability of the players, uh, the format that we are going to use. This will take us some time, so I want to get started on selecting the players right away. Uh, Anyone in the chat here already thinking about applying? Let me know. And if yes, what kind of species would you play with in this universe? Like, what species would you be willing to role play to play Ember Coil? I see some people typing. A slight insane punab would be fun. That would be awesome. Usters, yes, I like it. Larinor also want to play Uster. Yeah, Usters. Usters characters in Ember Coil, they they are one of the, let's say, character wise, they are one of the strongest species, but they have how can I say this without spoiling the story too much? There are specific conditions to Ember Coil that are extremely dangerous to the Ulster. So it's going to be, if I had to name the hardest character to play in Ember Coil, it would probably be an Ulster. Miaris Slicer, nice. Justin, Amiris or Punab, nice. No one wants to play human. Jesus, poor humans. Who likes humans anyway, right? Jindo, Jindo would play a human. Easy pick, nice. So, now, uh, I want to play a little bit on the show format. This is something that I have been talking about. I want Ember Coil to be a community initiative, something that you guys participate, something that you guys enjoy and join with us. And I have some questions. So, about the format of the show, actually, I want to hear your thoughts on what's the best cadence for you, something that you guys could follow along, and etc. And my first question is about the release cadence. Uh, would you prefer episodes dropping in like a weekly or bi-weekly basis so you can follow along in real time, or a full season drop so you can binge watch the whole arc? Weekly for Oni, weekly for Lerino, Level wants binge, Slicer wants weekly. Let's see if we have more opinions. Once every week live. Yeah, the thing with live episodes, I feel it's I feel it's fun because there is no way for edition and etc. So you guys can see the raw experience. uh, yeah, something to discuss with the players weekly may apply a bit too much pressure on everyone involved. but we can discuss this later. But yeah. And another question that I had was about the episode length. I was thinking uh, something between 1 hour or 1 hour and a half. What you guys thinking? Do you guys prefer something tight or longer sessions overall? Ronald said 4 hours. Level X said this is a movie. Oh Jesus. 2 hours. Start short and expand. Hmm, that's an option for sure. But would you guys be able to keep the concentration going on a live episode for 2 hours? I see many people typing, so I will. Jesus, Ronald. Level X, whatever it keeps it interesting and intense. Yeah, I see this is a bit controversial. Yeah, too short. It needs to be a minimum of 1 hour and bare minimum like I would push for something like an hour and a half at least, or 2 hours maybe. Maybe start with shorter verse sessions. Okay. Uh, Another thing that I was thinking about the editing style. Should we release the full uncut sessions with the natural table talk and side banter included, or just edit down to just the narrative beats, or something in between? What do you guys prefer in terms of episode? At least string some of the bad parts, okay. Yeah, this is something that we need to talk about. If someone is willing to edit, that would be cool. We'll talk about that. And now, a very important one that I need to get your guys' feedback on. Do you guys want audio only podcast or do you want video too? Ah, Jesus, you guys want video. Everyone wants video. No one wants audio only.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Gas nor GM. Exactly, Ronald. I was hoping I could do this on my pajamas. I was thinking about maybe creating some AI art to create each one of our characters uh, with AI avatars, So when we are role playing with the video, it's actually a news tour or a punab talking, something like that. How do you guys feel about this? Yeah, I if we nail this down, uh, I think we could have very interesting characters avatars for everyone involved. And we could have voice modifications, yes, that would be funny as well. What do you guys think? I see you guys want video. Should we do avatars or we should just show our beautiful faces on screen? Slice want avatars. People want avatars. Thank God you guys want avatars. This is going to be funny as hell. Imagine someone picks up Punab and their voice are really, really teen. It would be so funny. Like a child speaking. Yeah, Oni, of course. Uh, I was think what I was thinking about doing is that everyone who becomes one of the players, they will need to show me a crew member, and this crew member would be used an actual Star Atlas crew member, and that crew member would be your character inside Ember Coil. So we would create your avatar based on this character, based on this crew member that you own. I think this is a nice touch. Yeah, right? Good idea. I have some of them sometimes. Yeah, so we'll have actual characters in Starata's universe being the crew members on the campaign. I'm glad you guys like this idea. Uh, Now I want to ask you guys about something that I said early. Should there be a way for the audience to influence the campaign, like polls on key event decisions, community submitted side quests, crazy stuff that you guys can vote on to help or hinder a character in the campaign? Something like this? Yeah, exactly, Funkcracker. Yeah, of course, they would go through me for sure, but I would probably be the one presenting the options, something like that, for sure. Don't worry about this. I won't let the community vote to kill a character right away, something like this. But
因為你話以前
hey,
Chinese
Vincent, we can hear you.
competitive 佢話喺行過嘅時候見到。
Exactly, Funkcracker. That was my one of my inspirations for this as well. Not a loot box per se, but something like that. Yeah, awesome. I'm glad you guys like this idea because uh, this is something that I really wanted to add here. Should I do something like a recap on every episode, something like previously on Ember Coil? And if yes, who should narrate this? A GM, me, the character, or a neutral AI narrator? Or we should have the Punab always do this. Jesus, Pancracker interviews with the party members. Yeah, we'll be playing Ember Coil 24/7. Morgan Freeman. I'm sure we won't be sued by him. Yeah. Okay. We'll have narrations of recaps. Gazanor will do the recap. Gazanor, can you do the recaps for us? I'll give you this responsibility. You have a beautiful voice. Okay, so now I want to discuss something else that I wanted to maybe do. Uh, we spoke now how the community will interact with Ember Coil, but I was also thinking that we could take this to the next level and leverage the talents that we have here in the community. So I was thinking that maybe one or multiple of you guys could participate in the creation of the Star Atlas Ember Coil episodes, in the sense that we could have someone do the concept art, maybe create the maps for the campaign, someone create like a theme song, a theme music, help me with the ambient sounds, create like a character motifs, something like this, and maybe even eventually create some social media stuff. Do you guys, if you want to participate, uh, if you guys want to participate as well, not only playing the game, but also participating on the production of the episodes, the concept arts, and stuff like that, send me a message and I'll try to get you in and help me with with the the production parts. Uh, I think that's pretty much it from my side. Uh, any questions, guys? On the on everything that was said? Let's put the bet section. You want to add Ember Coil to Polymarket? Is that it? About the length. Yeah, this is a good question. Ember Coil, I started thinking initially when I was writing the campaign. I wrote it for 12 sessions of 4 hours. But as I actually put in the work, I realized that it's much bigger than that. uh, the way that Ember Coil works, it is like a I can't say this because this is going to be a massive spoiler. But want to, what I can say here is that it's going to take us many sessions to actually finish the overall story that I'm writing. Like I I think I wrote something like 50 pages and we barely left the first area of the campaign. Yeah, exactly. Like if you guys, for example, let's say you are in in the first area of the campaign and you guys decide, nah, I don't want to leave, I want to do some stuff here. You guys can stay in the first area of the campaign for as much as you like. Bad things will start happening, of course, but you guys are free to do as you please, you know. There will be an important thing about Ember Coil is that it's a very, how can I say, it's a very objective driven campaign, uh, where you guys need to find some objectives inside the dungeon. You guys need to fulfill some stuff, but you guys also need to survive overall. And of course, we need to survive, but yeah, surviving there won't be as simple as just, you know, slaying monsters and things like that. So, at what time will be the sessions? I will discuss this with the players once we nail down our five guys team, so we can find the best time for everyone involved. Uh, but yeah, that's going to be my criteria. Oh, I have my my form here. Let me see how I share this. Just a second, guys. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, I'll drop the link here now. I can add some codes inside the loots. It's the minimum compensation. Look at you. Already thinking about codes, Oni. But yeah, we can drop some codes for the audience depending on how the players perform. I like this idea. I like this idea. Here's the form. I'm giving you guys first hand before I announce this. Uh, so you guys can start. Uh, hold on, I think I dropped the wrong link. Forget this one. Sorry. This is the correct one. This is the correct one. So yeah, send me your application. Take your time. Take a look at everything and apply, because we need as many people as possible applying. If you are not selected, don't be sad, because you'll be able to participate in one way or another. Uh, yeah, we have some. Take a look, Funcracker. Take a look. You see, that's very true. This this form, hopefully, and helps nails down the player's ability to commit and everything. Um, any questions, guys, about Ember Coil, about the show format, about ideas, or even if not a question, comments, uh, ideas, concepts that you'd like to see in Ember Coil in the campaign, suggestions, criticism. I'm taking everything. Let me show. Let me give a minor spoiler here. This is the character sheet that I'm currently using. Uh, nice, a broadcasted session 0. Okay, nice. Is there a time frame for starting the first session? Uh, we'll start the applying process right now, Chat Roberts. It should take us 10 days maybe. And once that's done, we'll start the voting on the players who are going to be the the participants on Ember Coil. And once that's done, we start the creating the characters and setting up the show structure. So hopefully, we'll be able to start uh, on the next lore keepers. Hopefully, if not, close to that. Uh, yeah, they would need to read the rule book as well for that, Ronald. And I don't want to share this to a wider audience for now, at least. But yeah, we'll talk about that once the time comes. I'll share the book with everyone who gets selected. Hopefully, we'll be able to publish it later. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for today's episode. I hope you guys are excited as I am. I think this is going to be super fun. I think this is something that it doesn't require engineers to participate, so I can do this all by myself pretty much. And we can create some cool Staratas experience. We can expand to a wider audience. Let me create a code. Let's see if I can create a code. Hold on. Where's the code stuff? Here, I found it. Hold on. The code is Embernot. Yeah, of course. The idea is for us to market this as much as possible. I'll also rely on you guys to help me spread the word. But yeah, this is a lore keepers initiative for sure. So I'll rely on you guys to make sure this is a success. And yeah, man, I'm super excited to get this started. I love RPGs, and I really want to see you guys exploring the dungeons of Embercoil with me and learning more about the Staratas universe in the process. All right, everyone? And then seldom pretend spaceships. All right, everyone. The code is Embernut. Embernut, and I hope you guys enjoyed. 300? No, 150. It was supposed to be 150 tickets. Come on, Emperor. Don't kill me here. All right. Yes, it's 150. Emperor is spreading fake news. All right, everyone. I hope you guys I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode and get ready because things are going to get a lot more intense. I think you'll have lots of fun here. Apply for apply for Ember Coil. Let me see your applications. I'm looking forward to this. And let's have fun. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Bye bye.